Hello, welcome to Haunted Souls
Hey.
Podcast.
Hey guys.
What's going on?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Tuesday here at the Haunted Souls headquarters.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Are you sure it's Tuesday?
I wish it was Friday. Feels like it's a Friday. Jeez. It's already feel like a long week, everybody, and we're only on the second day. But the good thing is we have amazing guests tonight. So stick around for that. Tell your friends to get on over to podcast and ask some questions and get to learn about our lovely friend Miranda. But do we want to say hello to everybody first? Do you want to do your segment?
We can say hello because
Okay.
I'm still trying to find my segment.
It deleted.
It deleted. As soon as we came on air.
As soon as you came on air, it went.
Oh wow! Here we go.
Oh,
I gotta get back at the top. It was going good. Kathy is on here, so that means no hockey. So we must be on the big screen too. Shout out to Kathy and my sister.
Promoted.
Well, both of my sisters. And it's Sarah from ESP and ESP Paranormal Couple.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys?
We got the Music 93 Man. Hi, everyone. It's Ray from Spooky Dookie.
Hey,
Hope you had a great day. The Music 93 Man. What's
Wow.
going on, Ray?
What's
You off
going
work
on?
tonight, buddy?
Yeah. Must be a
Spooky Dookie's on it. Said hi to you, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
hello.
The Miss Bella.
Bella.
Hello. I got to spend a great weekend with Bella.
Ugh, I'm so jealous.
Yes. It's a little bit bonding time.
A little bonding. I always said it's your replacement daughter.
Stevie girl. True.
That's why I said this weekend. I was like, oh, you get to have your replacement daughter. Great.
What's up, Stevie girl? Yeah, we stayed at their house.
I know.
It was nice.
The Tata house.
The Tata house. The Bone house, as I want to call it now. There is lovely Laura, the number one paranormal investigator. The queen. Papa Drew's is on.
Hello, Papa Drews. Sorry, I'm like multitasking right now. Sorry, I'm in full.
That's what Steve said. Wait, Laura's on. The world's best
paranormal investigator.
Yes.
We are gonna make you a trophy one day, Laura. I swear.
You are getting a trophy.
You are. One day. One day you will. I don't know when, but you will.
Mama Dukers is on.
Hello.
He said, "Yep." There ain't nobody. There's nobody on here today.
Wow.
Just our normal, our crew.
Our crew.
Our crew will let some people. Oh, there's Brandy.
I was gonna say, if not, everyone's probably fighting off they lost power, all that. I know.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of trucks out today going to houses, and so hopefully everyone was very safe. Oh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I hope everyone wind up being really safe and everything's not too destroyed with the storms that were coming through the Midwest pretty heavily. We are all okay. Nothing happened too much here. St. Louis had a lot of tornado cells and a lot of rotation here. Really bad rain, storms, wind. And that's what happened. There was destructive wind over here in St. Louis area. But hope everyone else was good. But we still don't have power. Yep.
We don't have power. Laura and them still don't
Laura
have power?
don't have power still. You guys were
Hey, there's Susan.
Hey. They were out Friday morning. Right? Was it Friday? No, Monday. Oh my gosh, it was yesterday. It's not.
You know what you're doing there?
No. You guys were out from Monday 7:30 in the morning. Jeez. So you guys have been without power for a while.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
We are both.
It was really weird. Like I had all this written up and then all of a sudden it just like deleted. Right as I clicked on it.
As soon as it started. Uh-oh. Just got a text. Sorry, phone was dead. Oh. Let me go through the comments here real quick then. Since you're not doing your job. Spooky said Natalie here. She's cutting strawberries. Hi, Natalie. Susan said, hi, y'all. Better late. Hello. Brandy said Bella did Estes with Dan with tornado sirens going off in Lawrence. I did hear about that.
Yeah, that was a really weird thing.
Tornado sirens are going off, and Bella has no idea.
So we were asked. We got a hour speaking lecture time or workshop, whatever we want to call it. And we were the last ones on Sunday at 4:00, and the storms were running in tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
And Bella was in Estes in the middle of it, and she kept saying, bathroom, bathtub, grab the kids, get on the floor.
Yeah.
And she just kept repeating different, like, bathtub, grab the kids, get on the floor. And, like, we're like, what the hell? Where we get, what's going on?
Yep.
And then come to find out the sirens are going off, the tornado, the strong winds were coming and everything. So,
yep.
And it's funny is that used to be one farmhouse there because it was at Douglas County Fairgrounds. So there was a farmhouse there.
Yeah.
That would have, because there was no bathroom there because it's a fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds now.
Right. So it was just kind of weird that it was. So I'm guessing it was the farmhouse there, and the lady was probably trying to tell everybody about because the tornado was coming.
Sirens were going off.
Sirens are going off, and come to find out is that place is actually the community tornado shelter. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So
it fit perfect.
yes. All right. I'm just gonna go with this and say
going on 30. Yeah, they're going on 36 hours without power. Jeez.
Damn.
Big T. Who is Big T?
Big T.
Eric will have to send you pictures of Big T. I don't want a picture of Big T. I don't know who Big T is.
Big Tyrone.
Oh, geez. Oh, all right. Are you ready for a little segment?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I was waiting for a response. I asked you a question. Usually you get the response.
It's going to be one of these nights.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So this segment is called... What is the segment called again? Okay. So... Okay, got it. Okay, let's just fair warning everybody. I'm a nanny for a 6-month-old, and she just changed her schedule, and today was a havoc. I am so brain fried. All right, everybody, the segment is
This Day
in History.
Go ahead.
All right, this day in history. All right, major historical events in 1789.
Is this a question? Is this as long as the last time?
Shut up. Anyway, major historical events in 1789. Mutiny erupts aboard the HMS Bounty, one of the most famous rebellions at sea. 1945, Mussolini. I was going to have Mussolini. Yeah, Benito Mussolini is executed in Italy during the final days of World War II.
Oh, wow.
1947, Norwegian explorer Thor Heyerdahl sailed on the Kon-Tiki expedition across the Pacific. In 1967, legendary boxer Muhammad Ali refuses induction into the U.S. Army, citing religious beliefs. And in 2001, Denise Tito becomes the first ever space tourist traveling to the ISS. Famous birthdays: 1758, James Monroe, 5th U.S. president. 1974, Penelope Cruz, Academy Award-winning actress. 1981, Jessica Alba. Birthday is today. Also known for acting in business adventures. And also Bridget Monahan.
Wow.
Also Stephen Curry. And everything. Let's see. So the paranormal, real quick.
Yep.
Mussolini's execution. His body was publicly displayed in the Pizzelle Lurato. Locals have reported shadow figures, cold spots, and oppressive energy at that site. They were hung upside down. People threw stuff at him and everything. Yeah.
Jeez.
Some paranormal investigators claim residual hauntings tied to the violent crowd that gathered.
Do you want to know what
also
happened?
On this day, they also said that Chernobyl was on this day. It actually happened on the 26th, but Russia did not.
They did not
publicize it.
You know what's so funny is we just talked about today in our history class.
Chernobyl,
and he didn't even mean to do it. I don't think he even realized it was just
on this day.
It was just as the history was going. That's so funny. Yep.
Yeah, and that's everything.
Well, there is one more thing. True crime.
She always has to outdo me.
No, it's just true crime. Okay, so the Port Arthur massacre happened on April 28th. That's when 35 people killed, 23 injured, carried out by Martin Bryant. He led a major gun law reform across Australia.
Yeah.
So that is...
There's no guns allowed.
No, and that is because of that case, and that happened on
I had
today.
that on there, but I'm glad I left that for you.
I know. I feel like I always have to do the true crime ones. That's my little niche. Oh, man. What is everyone saying?
I don't know.
Let's see. Are they... What? I have no idea. They're talking about Big T or something. I have no idea what they are talking about. They are already off on a tangent over here.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what
Someone's gone through Ray's gone through a entire can of whipped cream. Or who has? Oh, golly. I have no idea.
What the hell?
I'm lost in there. I'm lost in our chat. It must be just in the air. It must be just in the air. Not just us tonight.
All right. Well,
our whole chat too.
Yeah. Got me.
All righty. Well, with that, everybody, we are going to be bringing on our guest, Miranda. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do?
Sure. My name is Maranda Montes. I am a psychic medium and a psychometrist. So a psychometrist, psychic medium is pretty self-explanatory.
Yes.
So basically I'm psychic and then I have the psychic ability to be able to connect with the dead. Psychometrist is a little bit different. So I have the psychic ability to be able to read people, places, and things with my hands. So you are able to put an object in my hand or a piece of clothing or a picture, and I have the psychic ability to be able to explain the history of that object. So this is commonly used in missing persons cases, which I am on my 13th in life.
Wow.
Nice.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. As a true crime enthusiast, I love that.
Yeah.
So what was like that first incident that got you into this kind of world of how would you sum it up into one?
The ability.
Ooh.
Yeah, your ability.
The ability.
Like how did it? Yeah.
Ooh, that's an interesting one, actually. So I, on a side note, a little personal family history, I'm a third generation reader. So which means my mom reads and my grandma reads. So it's always kind of been in the house. But I actually saw my first ghost at 5. So yeah. And so that just kind of from there, kind of just throughout life, I've always had an interest in metaphysical and paranormal. And so it's kind of just carried throughout life for me.
Wow.
Can you imagine and being a third? Like there has to be a lot of stuff walking around the house.
Oh, like, and they know everybody because it's generation. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, no, since you're, like those like family members that come to like reunions. Like, I remember when you were this old. Miranda's got spirits that do that with her.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I just remember when you were so little.
Listen, we got business hours though. Spirits have business hours in my house. Don't come between midnight and 6. I need sleep.
Yeah.
Ours is the bathroom. Don't bother me in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's my quiet time.
And like when we go on locations, I'll go in the bathroom and be like, please just don't. Like at Arcadia Academy, they have a ghost in the bathroom. I'm like, can I just go to the bathroom in peace? Like, I don't want to see you. That's going to be like my first ever like getting touched or anything is going to be in the bathroom. I'm like, okay.
Well, the Lent Mansion was super haunted when I was reading there. And I'd have to go in and be like, listen, I'd just leave me be. I don't need to know what's going on.
5 seconds of silence, please, in the bathroom.
Right.
They got that girl, the girl that hangs out there at the bathroom at Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger. Yeah. It's like, man,
Yeah.
what's with the bathrooms?
She just opens the door.
What's
They
with the
do.
bathrooms?
It's true.
I know. It's weird.
It would be a spooky dookie. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Do you want to say one of your questions?
No, he gone.
Okay. It's bad. So what is that moment that you growing up with I know it was always in your house, but what was that kind of moment of I want to do this to help people and to like really instead of just like kind of knowing you had the ability, what was that step of okay, now I want to really pursue this and get and talk to as many people as I could possibly can?
Ooh. Well, I have two different incidents. So
Perfect.
one when I was younger, we were coming home from my grandpa's wake, and we were in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. And this what really intrigued me about the paranormal is that we're driving. It's probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, and this kid runs in front of the road and stops dead center in front of my dad's truck. Nobody else is awake except for my mom and dad and I. And this kid, he was young, and so we just remember staring at him, and then he ran off back into the cemetery and then came back out. And I remember turning around and looking behind me in the road, and he just disappeared into thin air. And so I just thought from then on, I was probably about 13 at that point, and I just thought,
Wow.
this is insane. I want to know everything about this.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
No, she likes to jump. That's okay. Go on and finish.
And then when I probably was about 19, and I actually went to go see a tarot card reader and a medium.
Yeah.
And which I had already been reading. I'd already been reading at this point for a couple of years, kind of just messing around. And she looked me dead in my face and said, I don't know why you're doing this, because in 10 years, you're going to professionally be doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
She clocked it. She's like, boom,
She
I got
surely did. She surely did. Joanne, what is her name? Joanna the Coffee Psychic, Madison,
Wow.
Wisconsin.
That's crazy.
Is that close to Sheboygan?
It might be close to Sheboygan. It might. You can hear my Wisconsin accent come out there.
Sheboygan.
I know. No, I was gonna say about with her going and seeing that little boy. I was driving home one day and I saw someone walking, and I was like, "Who's walking?" Like this is 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "Who's walking out in the middle of the road?" And it just so happened to be next to a cemetery. Going back on like Google Maps and everything, and I was like, "Oh my!" Like I could not imagine like them coming out and stepping in front of my car. Like that's crazy. That's
it was insane. It was insane. It was like in front of a church, and the church had a glowing red cross in the middle of the night, because that's not ominous or anything.
yeah,
Just
that's
in
not
the middle
creepy
of nowhere, Wisconsin.
at all.
Right?
Oh man.
Hello.
Hello.
My question. So you say that you can hold things. So is that like just objects, or can you touch somebody and know? Or is it just the object?
So consent is key. And yes, I can actually touch people and do psychic readings. And I do quite frequently. I always make sure I get people's permission to be able to do that. And then objects, yeah, people bring me jewelry, they bring me pictures. I've had some cadaver parts. So typically it's sometimes ashes. People will bring me all kinds of fun things.
Wow.
Here's my dad's leg. Tell me about it.
I got cadaver hair. It was a whole story. Yeah. I actually had to go to my places of work currently and have a little addendum to say, if you bring me biohazardous material, please let me have gloves. I was in the middle of a reading, like a middle of a gallery. And
Oh no.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was
Like,
super interesting.
You're like, I don't mind, but can you just give me a warning so I can prepare myself?
Right, like Perel and some gloves, solid. Like
At least some hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer or something.
So when you had this ability, like, when did you first realize that was this the same time as you knowing that you can read and stuff like that, or was this later on in life that you realized when you touched?
So I feel like for me, I feel like this kind of started in my late teens. So the fun thing about psychic ability is the more that you stretch, more that you exercise this muscle, the stronger it gets. So psychometry is kind of like an extra sensory perception. So I was picking up stuff when I was little and getting, especially like antique stores or thrift stores, and I was getting like flashes and I would like drop things or I would get scared because I didn't understand. And then when I was about 20, I ran across a book that explained what psychometry was, and I was like, oh, okay, I can put a name to what I have been doing.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be really weird, like when you're a kid, you always want to touch everything.
Oh, everything.
And then be like, touch something and be like, whoa.
Like, don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was. I'm not touching that
that's
again.
that's exactly what happened to me. Like, even to this day, like, I keep my hands in antique stores. Like, I keep my hands in my pockets just because of like all the stuff.
That's bad. It's like you can't even pick it up to look at it. You're like,
never have
I'm
that
not
ability.
touching that.
I could never have that ability.
I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Even if I'm not even looking like to buy it, I literally pick it up and go, oh, what's this? Like, I would. Oh, that's so hard. Oh, and do you like antiquing and everything? Like, not just for paranormal or anything like that.
No, I do. I love old people stuff. Like, I just have to be super selective about what I touch.
Yeah. She has like one of those little grabber things that you pick up things.
A little
to trash.
dollar store,
Like,
little
cool.
Yeah. She got a little claw hand thing that's like looking at things, so that way.
Little lovely lady gloves, all the things.
So if you wear gloves, then you don't feel it at all. Then.
Sometimes, but sometimes that perception just kicks in. Sometimes I don't have a choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I've never met somebody that was like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like,
it's if we look at if we look at psychometry, it's one of the rarer psychic abilities. Like, we're in the community, we're called touch knows. So a lot of times, like, to be able to, like, you have to really kind of hone it in and like be like, okay, yes, this is what I can do, and really work on it. A lot of times where we see this is like, we see this with Reiki practitioners or massage therapists, where they're actively touching somebody in someone's auric field and they're receiving messages.
So what is like the most, I know you said you've had like human things, but what is the most unique or item that you wouldn't think would have energy or a connection or anything like that? Like, what's like the weird
cadaver hair?
No. But you would, okay. But like, when you think of like body parts, you're like, okay,
bring you some hair, be like, hey, touch this.
I'm talking like a toothbrush. Like, you pick up a toothbrush and like you wouldn't think, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like,
so
what's
what
like
unique?
That's what I said. Unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great question. Because I've been brought so many things. Oh jeez.
You stumped our guest.
Oh, I had somebody bring me a keychain. I had somebody just bring me a simple, normal keychain this last weekend that was just random and said, hey, here, read this for me. And I did.
Wow.
So
see, now you've told me your secret. You're not gonna like hanging out with me because I'm just gonna toss her things every once in a while.
Read this.
Say, hey, here, no, just catch, just to see.
See, but now I know, because you're gonna be like, just come at me. I'm gonna have to be
flown on the ground.
At least she's prepared now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We're at another fair together. I'm gonna walk by and just toss her.
I see Miranda. She's got a black eye because you've hit her.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'd just be like, always like you. I'd be like, I will say that that is probably one of the most random things, was a keychain, but typically I get brought jewelry and pictures and things like that. I actually had a guy this week that one of the places I work with brought me brought me a relic. Well, I wouldn't call it a relic. Brought me an ancient necklace, and it was like over 3,000 years old.
Wow.
So that was one of the really cool things that I read, and he showed me the tag
That's
and
really cool.
everything of like, this is an actual historical artifact.
Wow, that's so you're that's cool because you now get to touch pieces of history. So you're not
Yeah.
just touching, not making connections with people's loved ones or their memories, but you're also getting to touch history, which is so cool.
That'd be kind of cool if you
Yeah.
got to go to like the history museum. Like you get your
It
own little
is.
piece of history in your mind if we touch something that was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. That I don't know.
Yeah,
would be cool.
it's a really neat thing to do. I tried, even at like the art museum, I try to keep my hands to myself, but like there are a few things that like the St. Louis Art Museum that I can go and touch, and it's
Yeah.
very neat to do. And yeah, I feel super grateful because not everybody gets to touch pieces
Cheater?
of history.
Call all of you cheaters. I walk around the fair. We went to the Mystic Fair this weekend, and Miranda was what? Easter. We were at the KC Metaphysical in St. Charles.
Yeah.
Together and stuff. I walk around, tell all the psychics, cheaters. Cheaters. 'Cause I can't see, I can't get to do it. You're cheating. Laura's got a question. She says, what is your favorite kind of reading to do? Like pictures, clothing, etc.
Ooh, that's a great question. I actually enjoy picture reading quite a bit because it's a little bit harder than people might think it is. So when we look at picture reading, we actually have to take because as society we all have preconceptions of what people may look like or things like that. So when we do picture reading and psychometry, we actually have to push back past what our preconceived notions are and just read the energy. And some of those readings are very profound for people,
Wow.
especially when we're trying to find missing people.
Yeah.
Bella was talking to me that she bought she went thrifting and she bought a picture of these two people. One was in postmortem, so one was dead and one was alive in the photo. And she said that Bella, if I'm wrong, please say this right because I know you're listening. You told me this weekend. She said she was driving home and she looked, and the one person in the pictures in the back seat.
Ooh,
What a
coming
brave
home
girl.
with her.
What a
Like,
brave
coming
girl.
home with her, and I'm like, she's like, she also said that we needed to decorate our booth with old pictures.
Ooh.
So like haunting look at pictures and stuff. So I said, well, you find me some, and we'll do
Because here
it.
in Missouri, there's not too many of them.
Yeah, they're expensive. You would think, why are old
Yeah, they
pictures
are.
expensive?
Oh, man.
People like think these are creepy looking, so let's charge.
because they're
Yeah.
tinned and they're
Yeah, that could
Yep.
be. Sarah from ESP Paranormal. Do you ever feel drawn to touch something in particularly
Do you ever
particularly in a place? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't see the in particularly at a place.
Sometimes if I'm like in a haunted location, I'll feel drawn to touch things. I think that's I think for us as psychic mediums, it's fairly common. There's a thing that I don't want to touch. I will say that at St. Louis Haunted Mansion that I kind of refuse to touch, which is a creepy chair that rolls by itself, and I just don't. There's a wheelchair there that will roll by itself, and I have not touched it yet because I just don't want to. Yeah, it is a wheelchair.
Yep. Oh,
but
it was in the
You won't touch it?
It was in the kitchen area.
No, because there's a cranky old guy that sits in it, and I just don't want to chat with it.
Why is there all cranky old people there? There's a creepy guy on the steps too.
Yeah, there is. Who pushes people to their death.
You've seen him too, haven't you?
Have you seen
yeah.
The
guy that like he just peeks up and then goes.
Yeah, he's creepy.
He scared
me.
me.
Remember the night that we were doing the whole Monica, I'm gonna bind this unbind Mumba Jumbo's house. She did
the adventure we went on. Yes.
Yeah, the adventure that we went on that night.
That's an adventure. Yeah.
Maddie's the one that saw it.
I was standing there. Yeah.
And Nicole constantly just said, "Oh, that the stair crawler guy." Like
like,
she
oh.
just nonchalantly just said.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's creepy. He's creepy.
Oh yeah.
But typically,
Go on. You're
Go
fine.
ahead. Go.
but typically if I am drawn to something, like it's typically like a piece of clothing, or it's you know, tangible things that I can, you know, touch, I guess.
Yeah.
Just out here touching things.
She's just like, got it.
I gotta touch everything. So Lodi has a question. So what if more than one person owns the object?
That is an interesting one. So sometimes when we see this a lot with antique jewelry. So like if grandma or mom owned jewelry and now this person owned it, a lot of times what I'm able to do is kind of filter back through. And so then psychometry turns into a mediumship reading with psychometry, and they really do hold hands quite a bit. So I'm kind of able to go up and sense the energy of who the original owner was.
That's cool.
Cool.
So like now I understand, like when you say it's kind of like almost like a branch off of mediumship, because you kind of do have to use that kind of sense of both. Yeah.
Steve says he knows
absolutely.
Guys.
Absolutely. Because it's almost like all of the senses tie together, because I have a lot of the clairs. So like clairs plus mediumship, and then that psychometry is a side off branch to that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a super cheater.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you're one of them fancy cheaters.
Well, and a lot of times for us, when I touch something, it's an all immersive experience. So like if I touch, like for instance, if I touch a person, like what did somebody give me this weekend? Which I was at the STL Mystic Fair this weekend, which was fantastic.
Where was that at?
Bridgeton. It's in Bridgeton at the Machinist Hall.
Oh, it's in Bridgeton. Yes.
Yeah, it's typically twice a year, so it's like April and it's November, and it's a 3-day fair. I had somebody who gave me a necklace, and so it was like a big necklace, and I go in and it's an all immersive experience when I touch stuff. So like if the person has cancer, I'm going to sense I'm going to know if they have chemo, because I know what chemo feels like. Like if I go in and somebody's had dementia, I'll get a head change and I'll be able to like, oh, okay, this doesn't feel right. I've had transplant patients where I'm able to tell whether they've had other people, like other organs in their body. I've felt lobotomies. So I've had all kinds of immersive experiences.
Wow. Oof, I'd be exhausted. I bet you are exhausted after a long weekend, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like the paranormal hangover. Psychic. Because I talked to one, she said that after 3 days, 2 days is common, but 3 days, it really draws the energy, and like she's like, I'm going to be off grid for 4 days. She told me
that's fairly common.
Yeah, she read me. I had a reading done this weekend too. Kathy says, if you happen to be accidentally touched by someone, can you feel something about that person?
So I practice a lot of psychic maintenance. So what that means is I'm grounding and I'm shielding, and I have a pretty good filter and a bubble. So like that doesn't happen very often. But when I have, yes, that has, if it's caught me off guard, yes, I will typically get something from people. Like I had a veteran touch me accidentally once. He didn't see me and he went to grab my attention, and I actually experienced one of his flashbacks.
Wow.
So like, yeah, it's a wonderful gift, and sometimes it gets a little spicy.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's the greatest thing, and sometimes it's not the greatest thing in the world. And that's what I was going to ask you is like, have you ever, Bella, we'll get to your question. Have you ever like accidentally touched someone or something and seen something that was just like, but like I got to tell them, or like maybe if you saw something like, oh, I shouldn't have seen that.
sometimes, so it depends on the thing, because sometimes I'll touch somebody and it'll be like, yes, I need to relay this information to you because it's important. Sometimes I always, this is where the consent thing comes in. So like sometimes when we touch somebody and we're like, ooh, you know, we might, a lot of times I'll touch somebody, I can tell if they've had some sort of history of trauma, if there's some sort of things going on there. So that's why like I'm very careful about it, and I want to like approach it in a like a holistic and caring manner.
Yeah.
But it has happened.
Well, you could touch me and you see a lot of trauma.
Although I do not tell people if they're going to die because it's terrible for business. I will just say.
Yeah.
I just that's just so weird when everybody asks every psychic that question.
Everybody. I don't think I've ever heard of a psychic. Yeah, I don't actually personally, I don't typically see when people are going to die, but when people tell me that, I just say it's terrible for business, and I don't tell people.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you. You're never going to come
well,
back.
You won't have repeat customers. Exactly. I want repeat customers. I don't want it.
I know. They're like, I don't want this lady to tell me when I'm going to die.
The lovely Bella. Now, Bella has the abilities too.
Yes.
So she says, does your ability work with touching things such as walls or just objects you can hold?
No, I can touch a house. Like I can go through and touch houses and see what's happened there. I can go through and like if we go to like historical sites, I can lay my hands on the grass and be able to see like the actual history of what happened on the land.
Well, it must not have been fun for you at the Limb Mansion.
No, not at all. You
were put right by two walls.
Yeah, absolutely. I just
literally sitting in the corner.
And a register.
Right. You sit in that little corner there when you read. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yes.
Oh man.
That has not to be fun. I mean,
you learn to develop a good bubble. You learn to develop and let things not filter in, and the Lemp Mansion, I would say, was very hard just given the amount of stuff that happened there. And just given the trauma and the history of the Lemp Mansion, there were a few times I had to tell a few ghosts. I was like, listen, can't play.
What about
can't
the Haunted
hang out.
Mansion then? I'm so intrigued.
The Haunted Mansion. I will say that
so bad when you say that.
It's not as bad as you would think. The basement is super spicy. The basement is,
really?
But just given the history. Yeah, I mean, given the history of the basement.
It didn't help what I did down there, so.
What'd you do down there, Dan?
I had all the mirrors facing each other down there and left it like that.
And that
that's
in that one corner.
They made it real spicy.
Back and changed it. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, no. So what is the moment? What's a moment that you have read and that moment or what you saw or the connection that you made will stick with you forever? Like that's one of the most memorable moments that you've ever had with a connection, whether it be an object, doing mediumship with somebody. What's just the first thing that comes to mind that sticks with you?
Ooh. So I did now I'm get comfortable. So I did an international missing persons case in Canada. And this is fascinating. Because the guy faked his own death. And so when I go in and read, I want a cold reading. And essentially that means I want to know nothing. I don't want to see a picture. I don't want to know anything. Just give me a name. And if you want to supply a picture, great, but don't supply like anything else. So what had happened was I was mentoring a person in Canada, and the person said, hey, I know a person of a person that their brother disappeared and they want to know, and they haven't found him for forever. Can you please do a picture reading? And I was like, fantastic. I would love to do that. So I went in and did a picture reading, and I see this guy, and we're on a mountain, and I think we're somewhere in Calgary, and I believe that the Rocky Mountains are kind of in that area as well. He pushes his car all the way up till we get to the edge. and then he kind of sends his car down the cliff. And so and then all I see him is walking back down the mountain road with his backpack and nothing else. And so I described this to the lady, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm going to send you some pictures." And I said, "Okay, shoot me some pictures," because I had described the car and it was on fire and everything. And so she sends me the pictures of this car that's on fire, and the reason why they're looking for him is because all of his stuff is in the car, but they can't find a body. And I said, "Well,
Whoa.
the reason why they can't find a body is because he doesn't want to be found. He literally faked his own death. You're not going to find this guy for a while. He just disappeared."
Wow.
Wow.
So
I mean, it's good for her. At least she knows that he's not dead.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
hard. Like, you're
that
like,
is
okay, I'm relieved that he's not dead,
yeah,
but then also like, you just faked your death to the point where I've mourned you
yeah.
and I'm trying to find you. And it's like, okay, so it's like you're now almost having to like re-grief again. That's
Yeah.
hard.
And that's super hard too, because like we're trying to give them compassion and we're trying to help them through the grief and give them some sort of sense of solace and relief.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's hard when we have missing persons cases and things like that happen. Like I had one here in Missouri in St. Louis about, I
Mhm.
would say about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, where
Oh, really?
and it was on the news, where this kid went missing and they couldn't find him and he was everywhere, and they contacted me because they knew that that's what I do. And I did a picture reading, and what happens when I do a picture reading is I can go in and remote view where the person's at. So it's basically I'm a
Mm.
psychic bloodhound. I can get on your trail and I can kind of watch where you're going and what you're doing.
That's
Um
so cool. That's a cool name. That's a cool name too.
Psychic
Psychic
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound. Yeah.
We'll let that one stick. That nickname can
Oh
stick.
right.
yeah.
I'm gonna superimpose my face on a basset hound. It'll be great. Um,
There you go.
so what happens is that I'm able to kind of along the way, what I'm doing is just kind of writing down keynotes, because eventually when you get to do this, you're like, this stuff that I'm seeing is important. And so
Mhm.
I'm writing down, and basically when I'm doing the reading, I'm writing everything of importance down. And so basically I track him down to a set of abandoned buildings, and I'm like, okay, and there's a weird head change there, and there's some other stuff going on. And so I write it all down, and then I kind of so this was done I did this with a friend of the family, because sometimes what happens is with the family, they're too upset and they don't, and so sometimes it's hard to they need a person who is a little not in the state of grief or in the state of shock to be able to
Yeah.
kind of hear and digest this information.
They're kind
And
of
so
that
I
medium person of
yeah,
you and the
yeah, kind of
family.
the go between.
Yeah.
S So what happens is that I narrow him down, and I was like, "Well, he's driving this car." So we kinda review the information, and then we take it to the family, and the lady was I'm like, "Well, he's in this area." And she's like, "That's crazy because we just got an anonymous tip that he was in this area, the same area you're telling me, and that this was the car." I was like, "Well, this is the car he's driving." She's like, "That's exactly the car he left in." And I was like, "Well, what I'm more concerned about how he's feeling." And what had happened is that I had gotten a head change, but it was a little weird. And he was like, "Well," and I was like, "And I feel like he's an asthmatic," which he was an asthmatic and he didn't have his inhaler.
Mm.
But the other thing was is they had given him Narcan the night before, and that's what I was feeling was the head change. And so I
Mm.
just told her, I was like, I feel like you're going to find him. I'm not exactly sure." I said, "But I feel like you're gonna find him within 3 weeks. He's going to be returned to you." And so 3 weeks to the day, they gave me a call, and unfortunately, he had passed away due to, they said it was they didn't kind of know what his death was. They just said it was kind of inconclusive, but it was 3 weeks to the day that I said that he was going to return.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
sometimes that's a hard one too, just because,
Yeah.
you wanna
Yeah.
have compassion and for the families and say, I'm hoping for the best, but,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not.
And I think what you do is so unique because I think at that point when the people are missing, these families, they, you're grieving because in
Yeah.
your head, you have that feeling that they've passed away, but you have every inch of that hope. But what you do so uniquely is you give them whatever they need to help them move on. And I think between that time of the law enforcement doing it to like what happened is you're able to give that sense of some kind of connection to what happened, because you're in a waiting, you give the police everything and you're literally sitting there and just waiting for them to do their thing. And sometimes it can be agonizing, but just even if, and I know sometimes they're like, well, I don't want to believe it or whatever. You're like, I'm just going to give you my reading. If you want to take it, you take it, but whether they believe it or not, that's still kind of that hope and that connection to that person. No matter if they think everything's true or that everything's fake, it's the truth. And I think it's so amazing, and you help so many people, which is awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I've never met somebody who has done objects, people reading, and has done a missing person case. You're like the
You're like the Triple Crown.
I know.
Papa Drew's has got a question. It says, have you ever unintentionally discovered the truth about a event or / crime and brought it to the attention of the family or whoever?
Actually, yes. This actually happened. I was actually I was booked for a reading for a party. And so I also do parties on you can book me. I do tarot. I've been reading tarot for 20 years, so that's also something I do as well. But people were kind of booking me and coming down and seeing different, like, either tarot or mediumship or whatever you would like. And this girl came down and said, hey, I would love a tarot card reading, but on a side note, can you look at this picture for me? My cousin, we're not sure if my cousin was murdered or if he was we're not sure what happened here. And I'm like, sure, not a problem. Yeah, I got some information. And so I had to unfortunately kind of relay that information to that person and say, hey, this is not what you think it was. And so sometimes the best thing you can do is just describe what you're seeing in live action. And just say, hey, you know what? I'm really sorry this happened, but this is what I see. And just kind of relay the information in a very, like, gentle and loving manner. But it absolutely has happened.
Yeah.
And I have unintentionally solved murders and cold cases in that way as well.
Now, do you like, besides doing the medium stuff of it, do you like true crime and watching stuff about, all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. No, I'm a true crime junkie. So
perfect. Love it. Okay, say. Do you ever use your abilities, like when you're like, before you even like look into a case and it catches your interest, you're like, is there a way you can do that connection?
Sometimes I do. So sometimes, or I have to be super careful if we have missing person stuff, or I watch the national news, and because it will drive me, like, it may drive me a little crazy, because I'll like kind of want to be like, oh, there was an international case that I actually took a look at that I definitely think is been in the news lately, that I definitely think that I have a feeling I know where the lady's mom is.
Oh, the kidnapped mom.
Yep.
Maybe we should just have Miranda on as a guest when we do true crimes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I would love that. I love true crime, so that's my.
Oh my gosh.
That's a third person. See, she's cheating though. She's a cheater.
I want to know the cheating though. Kind of like here's cheat, and you're sitting next to them going, okay, now you cheated. Tell me.
But that's when you just slide the note across the thing and say, hey, this is I want to help you too.
I know.
Brady says, I'm glad you're a guest tonight. Bella is drawn towards cold cases and has been doing a little remote viewing. Apparently I
so
can't read, so she says
remote viewing is, so what I would say about remote viewing is it takes a little practice to do, and I would just say if she's on that, I love cold cases. I find that a lot of people have a lot of giving people solace to know, like, hey, here's your loved one, here's what's going on, or, like, I feel like your loved one is not on this physical plane anymore. Sometimes
Mhm.
those cold cases are really good for us to kind of, as psychics, to go in and look at and say, this is what I think and feel about things. And sometimes the families contact us. So I would just keep going with it. If you feel that way and you feel like you're intuitively being led to do that, there's absolutely a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
She's getting her little abilities
Oof.
is getting crazy.
Bella.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you as a fourth person now.
Bella's gonna become our team psychic.
Well, and actually at the KC, oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
At the KC Meta Fair, I actually had a lady who her mom was missing, and I was able to kind of go in and see what had happened. And it was actually unfortunately, it was a very tragic passing. But yeah, it absolutely will happen when you're sitting at a psychic fair, or you're doing a private reading, or if I work at 2 different places in St. Louis as well. So
Mhm.
like, it absolutely happens.
Yeah. But at least you're not wondering, you're not sitting, it's kind of like a closure thing for them too, because they're not sitting there wondering. They have some kind of answer. I know it's like almost like a harsh truth.
Yeah. Jennifer asks, have you ever seen something about your own family that you didn't want to know?
Oh. So
Good
I would say
question,
yes or
though.
no.
I know that's a really good question.
Maybe when I was younger, but now because we have that consent thing, I don't tap into that as much. I try to give people, kind of give their privacy, but yes. Yeah. I absolutely have had that happen.
It'd be hard when you're like when you met a boyfriend or had a man or something, be like, let me touch you. You're lying to me.
You can't.
Miranda's had that experience.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely have. It's you can't get much past me.
Kathy says, I'm sorry you might have said this, but does your ability also connect with animals?
So animals are a bit of a touch and go for me. I am not a pet communicator by nature. I have had a couple of pets come in from once in a great while. They'll come in for mediumship. Typically it's if the owner was super connected with the animal that also passed. A lot of times on the other side, they will be with their owner if they were very, very connected. But if you are interested in a pet communicator, there's a fantastic pet communicator named Deb Henning. Deb Henning is amazing.
Oh.
So please go visit her, and she will tell you everything. She's awesome.
She's awesome.
I talked to her. She's going to
it.
be a guest on our podcast one time.
Oh, I love that. She would be amazing.
Yeah, everybody always asks about animals and stuff like that.
What's such like a niche thing? Like not a lot of people do it.
No, absolutely. A lot of people do not and are not in, like, pets come in every once in a while, but like she nails it every time with pets.
Do you see like, okay, so you say pets come in, and so is that like you don't ever see like a spirit and maybe like a pet next to it, or just maybe a pet sitting there, or dog or anything like that just sitting there?
It doesn't happen very often to me. Okay. Sometimes we'll get like sometimes once in a while I'll get a good I can't talk now. I'll get a ghost cat. So like once in a while there'll be like a cat that's not there, that's there. That happens quite often in the St. Louis Haunted Mansion. So there's like animals that are there that are not there.
You're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, when did she get another cat?
Nicole?
I will say though that for people, when I actually see a physical manifestation of a ghost, they're not very spectral. They look like you and I, but their eyes are a little more sunken in. So when I actually see ghosts, they look human. They're not spectral. They're not like see-through.
Wow.
All right. Taylor has a question. Do you ever sugarcoat or leave things out of a reading?
I love Taylor. Taylor, I actually work with Taylor.
Is that Taylor from St. Louis Haunted Mansion?
Yes, that is Taylor from St. Louis
Okay.
Haunted
Hello,
Mansion.
Taylor.
And she just had her baby.
Congrats.
So do I ever leave things out or sugarcoat? I am not a sugarcoat reader, so I will tell it like it is in the nicest way I can.
I love that.
I will tell it like it is the nicest way that I can and effectively communicate that. If there are things that I do leave out, I did have this happen. I had this happen with a gentleman that I read that his mother had passed, and one of the things he wanted to know is why his mom disappeared when he was a child for a good amount of time. Well, what had happened was that his mom had been involuntarily committed. And so and this was in the 60s, which was unfortunately incredibly common. And she was dealing with a grief and loss of a child, and she was involuntarily committed. And when she was showing me what their treatments were, one of the treatments I did not convey to the human just because I felt like they're already there. They're already grieving. Yeah, sometimes they just they'll show me and I'll just be like, I'm going to give you what happened. But sometimes nobody wants to hear that about their loved one. Unless they expressively ask, then I absolutely will convey that. But yeah, sometimes it's just dependent on how we can feel, how we feel the person will handle that type of news.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of. They don't have questions for us every time, but man, Laura says, "How do you deal with religious people who tell you what you're doing is wrong?"
Oh,
I know you get it. We get it all the time. I know you.
I do.
It.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely do.
Then you touch them and say, "Oh, your sins."
Well, I like to use a very specific quote in the Bible that deals with fruits of the spirit and prophecy.
She throws it right back at him.
There you go.
And sometimes it depends on how engaged. Sometimes people are looking for a fight, and I don't spitbox with people. So I just don't. And sometimes if somebody really has conviction and is really like, hey, I think this is where you're going, and I just say, let's sidestep and have a conversation here about your views.
Yeah.
Just like I mean, I'm going to hell for what I was wearing.
A lot. So many people say,
I get it all the time.
We'll have our haunted soul stuff on, and people give us dirty looks. And I'm like, well,
I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes I look at it like, if I can educate you, I'm happy to give you the education, but some people don't want that, so there's no reason for me to try to argue with people about it.
Yeah. Well, and when people go at you, and it's kind of the similar thing.
The lady at the gas station?
We've dealt with, yeah. Well,
you're going to hell. I've already been there.
Like when people go at you to argue with you, you're not going to change their minds.
Right.
Because they don't want a conversation. They just want to yell. So you're like,
right.
You're like, I'm not going to sit here, waste my time I'm not going to try to convince you or tell you my views if you're not even going to listen. So I think, and I think that, meeting, hanging out with you a lot of times when we were doing, lump things and all that, you are such a person that is like, let's have a conversation about this. Or like anytime that people would you do tarot and they're like, but what about, like, you would kind of almost like, let me stop real quick and let's have a conversation about this one setting that you have questions about. You're never like, okay, well, we're clicking down the time. Like, you're never that person. You're very much immersive with them. So I think that's also a unique thing that you do with your readings, because I don't think a lot of people do that as well with their readings. And I feel like they're always like, TikTok, we gotta go.
Well, and I feel like stopping and giving the education is super important, because if one, I never want somebody to feel like they walked away feeling like they didn't get what they wanted to get out of the reading. I mean, you're
Mhm.
gonna have that. I mean, that's just the name of the game. But I feel
Yep.
like if I can stop and educate people and meet them on their level and explain to that, then they'll walk away with a better experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Bella says, do you work with any kind of police force / investigation on cold cases, or do you work independently and have families reach out to you?
Ah, okay. So no, I don't currently work with any police force. I did have a guy that I did give my number to for the Missouri cold case, the Missouri just state cold cases. So
Mhm.
I am hoping he calls me back at some point.
That'd be great.
But typically I'm just being contacted privately by friends of family members. Sometimes people are just like, we get that weird when we're at a psychic fair, somebody's like, hey, um, so kind of just in the wild, not and but I would love someday to work with law enforcement.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think a lot of them would get a lot of education from that. I
Well,
think they
yeah,
would.
because sometimes they look at us and they're like we're these all-knowing, all-seeing kind of spooky beings
Kind of
that
like roll your eye. They're like, okay, yeah,
yeah,
sure, whatever.
and
Taylor said, hi back.
and we're just normal everyday people that just happen to have extra abilities. Like
Yeah.
I'm a mom with 4 kids. Like I grocery shop and go to an IEP meetings and do all the mom things and happen to do this too.
Yeah. And too, like at the end of the day, the people that are there for the psychic abilities and police officers, at the end of the day, you guys are both there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Help the families and find this person or, figure out some kind of way to go forward with the case. So I think people, and this goes for everybody in mediumship and everything. Like at the end of the day, you guys all are on the same page is to help people. There's no sense of a competition or saying, fighting about it or anything. It's y'all are there for the same reason is just to make as much connections as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we can bring somebody a sense of solace and a sense of closure, that's the other thing that, we
Mhm.
we really like to see too. And
Yeah.
whether wherever that falls in the spectrum, because sometimes I even do that in tarot card readings where like people are up there and they're just like, oh, and we're dealing with a broad spectrum of things that anything can fall on the table. A lot of times I want to approach it with a sense of empathy because you never quite
Mhm.
know what's going to come across the table from you.
Yeah.
Kathy asked, do you have guides that help you along the way?
This is a very interesting question. So yes, I do have a set of guides. Actually, I specifically use my guides in mediumship for a couple of specific things. So when I go over to what we call a liminal space. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do mediumship. So the first way is trans channeling mediumships, where you see somebody who actually invites a spirit up into their body and they're channeling it through their body.
Mhm.
I do not do that. I think that people who can do that, that's fantastic.
Mhm.
I do not do that. I go to what we call a liminal space. So what that is I'm meeting the person in my mind's eye and we are going to a place between worlds. So that way it's safe for me to go into that world and it's also safe for the spirit to come into that world too.
Mm.
I'm a little country, so like we meet in the field in with a fence in between us because I apparently need
Yep.
a physical boundary. But to bring people to me individually, especially if we have somebody who's had a lot of people pass over, I actually use my guides to go retrieve people for me and actually like line them up. So like
Mm.
my guides and I actively work with each other every day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then she also asked if you feel overwhelmed, oh, if you feel overwhelmed, do you talk to your mom or grandmother?
No. Unfortunately, I am no contact with them. But they given what they have, they don't read in a professional setting. So
Mm.
I actually have a fantastic network of other psychic mediums and other people who do all kinds of very gifted readers, that if I find a very difficult situation, I will contact them and say, "Hey, I'm not sure what to do in this situation. What's your level of expertise on this?"
That's
That
so cool.
actually is that's actually very, very frequent in our community. A lot of times we will make outside referrals and to people. Like if we don't know or we feel like somebody could benefit from somebody else's abilities, we actually go through and refer on and say, "Hey, I think this person would be a fantastic fit for you."
I love that because then you're not making it about your own business and your own money. You're actually you can tell who's in it for the right reasons when they do that. You're just at the end of the day, you're trying to help them. You're not worried about money and their business and everything. And I feel like that even that it helps out your business even more because people are like, "Oh, you're true of character. Like this person's actually good, and I trust what they're saying, and I trust their judgment of this other person." And yeah, wow. But that's so cool. You have
Yeah,
like a little knit community to do it.
My
yeah,
question
absolutely.
is, my question is, so do you need psychic abilities to read tarot?
Oh, ooh, that's a great question. So this is a little bit of a so there yes and no. So, a lot of what you see, if people are just reading straight tarot, and some people don't use their psychic abilities to read straight tarot, but when you see on their intuitive tarot readings, then this is where you get the psychic ability that happens, or you get the general knowing and the precog and all of the other things happening. So there's a distinct difference. Yeah, you can just use the guidebook, and the other thing I might argue is that everybody has psychic ability. It's just how much psychic ability do we have? I think
Mm.
everybody's born with a little bit of a sprinkle. Some of us are held under the water for a couple of minutes. That's just a thing. Um,
I love that.
Sometimes we get a little bit more of a baptism than other people, but it's all about exercising that muscle. But yeah, you
Yeah.
can totally, if you want to do tarot and do the guidebook and do whatever you need to do, absolutely.
Because you don't see many male tarot readers.
Mm.
If you go to these psychic fairs, there's not a lot of men that do it. It's a lot of women.
Mm.
And I was really interested in thinking about really like learning how to read
You should.
and make money on they make more than selling stuff at these metaphysical fairs. I tell you that.
Actually know a few very good male tarot card readers. I know they're few and far between. I feel like this is a little bit of more of a male or a female dominated industry, but
Mhm.
the ones that I do know are very, very good readers.
Everybody says people, Heidi has said it, I have the abilities that, I just don't know. And then Leslie this weekend, I was talking with Leslie and I got a reading with her. And she said, you have psychic abilities. It might not be the ability to see things and stuff, but you might have the ability to know when to say no on this and know when to say yes on this. And
Mm.
it works out in your benefit
Mm.
when you're like, choosing what it is. And I'm always like, then I start thinking back to myself, have I really made any bad choices? Yeah, I
Yeah.
did make one big bad choice. I know, we know that.
Everyone makes mistakes in their life, and everyone makes.
It was a year bad choice, but hey, let's
Well, it's a learning experience. What are you gonna do? We
Yeah.
learn and grow from things and move on.
Without your
Um,
without bad experiences, you won't grow as a human. I feel.
correct.
well, and I had a conversation with another practitioner, because you people who aren't in psychic fairs don't know this, but a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go to psychic fairs, and if we have a little downtime, we trade readings. So a lot
Mhm.
of times this is also how we get to know how other people work, is that we're actively trading readings with people so that we are witness to their abilities as well. But I was explaining to another practitioner who's kind of was a little bit on the struggle bus, and I said, "You know what? we go through things because we sit at the other side of the table, and if we can't make that connection, we have to, we have to go through things to be able to be on the other side and say, yeah, me too, I've been through that too, or I have advice
Mhm.
about that as well. Because I feel like we can't, life is such a spectrum that if the point is to connect with the client, and sometimes we got to go through a bunch of stuff to be able to connect with people.
Yeah. What is there a moment with either reading an object, a photo, doing tarot, just reading a person, making that connection? Is there ever a moment when reading and it felt odd, or that it was like negative, that you're like, oh, you're like, and you obviously can't judge them, but was there ever that moment where you're like, oh, like this is not what I thought. I'm learning more about you in that odd or negative way than I had anticipated.
Um,
That would be awkward.
It's a curious question though.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, that is
that's
like,
It
do
is.
you like drop it and be like, okay, I don't think we need to go to this direction, or
yeah. Or like
Um,
let's have a conversation.
yeah, is that like a private thing?
there
Like, hey,
so
we need to come to the side and
so tarot readings are super interesting. And I'll go on to the others. Tarot reading is super interesting because, like, the cards don't lie. And so if something comes up and something is on my table, I'm going to address it in a very appropriate professional manner.
Yeah.
But that has absolutely come up. I have had couples sitting at my table who one of them is actively stepping out of the marriage. Like, so this is like, for instance, when that happens, and whoever's doing it gets real squirrely and needs to go to the bar real quick. But
They tell them themselves.
yeah, they really
get up
do.
from there.
But typically when stuff like that happens, like that, for instance, if we're looking at tarot, I just kind of slide my card and just say, hey, contact me outside of this. I would love to have a conversation with you. Given sometimes where you're at physically kind of may limit what you can and cannot say to people. So typically in that particular type of situation with tarot, I would just say, hey, contact me on the side. I'd love to have a chat with you. Psychometry is super interesting because there are some objects that I have touched that I go, nope, not again.
Put that away.
Yeah. There's a particular person who owns a particular set of trigger objects that I have touched one of them and I will not again.
Do I know this person?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Does Madison know this person?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
yes. I touched a baby coffin and I will never do that again. It just was, as a reader, I could handle it. As a mother, it was very hard. So that was a hard, that just as a psychometrist.
It's an actual used baby coffin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was rented.
I can't remember if it was or not.
Yeah, it was used.
I remember seeing that for the first time and I was like,
I saw it in his room.
Yeah. It was not, because I
mean, all of our people are gonna be like, okay, what did you see? Everybody's gonna be asking what you saw.
It's very much like I get like sometimes like little like snapshots, or like I get that like empath kind of thing. And it was like just dread. Oh, it was like an awful feeling seeing that. And I was like, oh,
that's the common thing with it. It is a baby coffin, so it has to be a traumatized time for the mother or the parents.
And I mean, I've seen like, you go to places and they're like, oh, this is where this person died, or this is where a child, got in a disease. Whoa! If we lose power and we connect out, it's because there is a thunderstorm coming.
There's a storm coming. So if we lose power,
it
was nice to see y'all. We'll see you next Tuesday.
But, we just heard like a big thunder over our headphones. That's why I was like, oof. was I saying? Like we go to like haunted locations, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, a child died in the bed. And we're like, okay. And you don't get anything from it. So we've been around child death because we've
Yeah.
gone to haunted locations. But that coffin
Yeah.
was just, it was like, you can tell whatever happened was just not nothing in the lightest. I know it was dealing with the baby, but it was just, it was
So it
beyond
wasn't a
that.
medical death?
No. So what this is,
Nope.
and this should be interesting if this person is listening someday.
Not.
There's no way.
No way. Not a chance.
What this is a Victorian baby coffin where people would rent the coffin because they could not afford a fancy coffin. So this is very common in the Victorian age too. Just given infant death rates and things like that. So what it was is they were able to rent a show coffin and then bury their infant in like a regular coffin. But for the
like a normal
funeral,
wooden box.
yeah, but for the funeral, this was available for them. So like sometimes objects are very heavy and they have so much energy to them that it almost permeates and radiates out. If that answers your question. And mediumship is super interesting because sometimes you see the dead, and what the dead want to talk about and what the living want to talk about are two different things, and sometimes you have to find a common medium ground.
So what is kind of things that the dead would want to talk about when you see the dead that you would think that they would have questions, correct? Or do they just want to talk about other things?
Oh, it depends. So how you are in living life is a lot of times on how you are dead. So this is a very common misconception.
I do say the same things. If you're dicking in real life, you're going to be dicking it. And
we tell our guests that at our our events too.
Yeah. But that's what I meant. Like, do they I know when you go to a reading, the living want to know, are my loved ones okay? Are they following me? Are they doing, does the dead say, I don't give a shit what they want? I'm like, why am I here? What did I do wrong?
Sometimes. So it depends on how the person was in living life. Like I get a broad spectrum of stuff. So like sometimes I will get like people being like, a lot of times people be the people who have passed on will be like, don't press pause on your life. Go live your life. You celebrate me. Don't mourn me. Go and you don't have to stop. Don't press pause. Go live your life. Go do what you got to do. Galleries are super interesting because what people want to talk about when you just got a short snippet of time with people is like, I did a gallery on Sunday where I read like 8 people in an hour. And so what that is like, I had a lady whose dad was super upset about the way their lawn was mowed. They want to know where the china is. They want to know why you gave away all of their stuff. They want to know why you don't wear the jewelry. I actually had a lady during the STL Mystic Fair where the mom's ashes are in the closet, and mom was big mad. Mom was like, get my ashes out of the closet now. And why am I not in an urn?
Oh my God, they're not even in an urn.
Oh my God.
They're in a box
no. Like the way that people listen, I have seen ashes in all forms. Like when I was in Cape Girardeau, I've had people bring me ashes in Ziploc baggies. I've had people bring me ashes in boxes. I've had, people big mad. People get a little spicy about these things.
Wait.
All right. Do you have an object that you want me to read?
Wait.
Hold on a second.
Wait.
Here's a baggie of ashes.
No joke. I've been.
And now, because I know my mom's listening, I feel bad because Papa's still up in his box upstairs.
But he's not in the closet.
No, he's on our mantle, but he's still.
He's right
box.
next to Shaylee, but he's still like my brother. Hey,
no,
have
it's
you not ever engulfed ashes?
No.
In your mouth?
You're the first person I've ever met that has engulfed ashes.
It happened.
The wind took it.
The wind blew it right back in my face.
Oh no.
My brother. Yes.
Oh no.
So my brother lived in a box for a long time on my brother's mantle. He was in a
Well,
box.
as long
So
as
finally,
they just
me and my sister decided to take him and like spread him other
Mm.
places, and we kind of, you know, that thing that like people are like, oh, throw the ashes and the wind blows and it goes right back in your face. That happened to me
Oh no.
in my mouth. Yeah. So my brother's like, I swallowed the, you know, ashes, and yeah, lovely things.
Well,
You
if you're
just
part of-
transmuted him. It's okay.
Yeah.
You just transmuted him for a minute. It's
Yeah.
always be
fine.
with you.
It was like,
Right?
"Ugh." I was like, ugh. So yeah, I was like, ugh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
Yeah,
a great thing.
they just particularly really like to be the dead like to be displayed. The best way that I can put it a lot of times is if you've ever seen the movie Coco, and when they have the ofrenda, like that's what they like. They like to have pictures in their like they like to have pictures of them. They like to have flowers next to them. They like to be celebrated and talked to.
But they're not forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, like those memories, like it's so weird. Like when the guy was like, I don't like the way my lawn's mowed. Like to other people would it make sense, but to that person who knows them and knows, they're like, oh, you can't deny it. Like
Yeah.
that's like living proof of like,
Yeah, my dad like was his
whoa.
yard was immaculate all the
Like,
time.
yeah, like he would have thrown a fit if it didn't look good, or like they're like, well, get me out of the closet. They're like, how do you know they're in a closet? Like it's very much those things where
that's your wow moment of like, okay, because you get it every time that people believe that psychics are just scam artists and stuff like that. But when you do things and say things like that, like, hey, your mom says, get me out of the closet. And you know that your mom's ashes are in the closet, and you're like, how did you know?
yeah.
That's not a like, oh, that was a good guess kind of thing. Oh yeah, your mom's ashes are in the closet.
I feel like mediumship is kind of like psychic mediums, like all that, like when you're doing objects, everything, when you're reading, it's almost like that first meeting, you kind of have to like prove yourself, like I'm gonna show you my abilities now, like let me tell you how I can do this. And
I've been, it's funny though, is because I was a big non-believer of the whole psychic. My mom went and saw a psychic all the time, and she died all of a suddenly, like no one could tell her when she was gonna die, type thing or anything like that. Like you would even tell somebody that anyway. Like you said, it's bad for business. But
as a young kid, that's what you thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, my mom had these psychic parties where back in the 90s, they would have like 10 or 15 girlfriends would get together, and the psychic would come to your house, and then
they
she would
still do
read
that.
everybody. Yeah, and then everybody would get a reading and stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom used to have like a bunch of these.
Did you hear that?
What was that?
I don't know.
Your mom.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, probably.
Daniel.
Usually my dad. They're always saying, Psych always tells me my dad's around all the time. But and that's always, I didn't believe, but the more and more, like when I met Heidi, the first time she said was, and vampires are real. I'm like, yeah, okay there, crazy lady. You're sitting at my table.
First time
meeting this woman, and she's like, hey, I'm a psychic. Vampires are real. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Like, okay.
And then she's like, I have a recipe to make a werewolf. And then I was like, okay, why are we not doing that?
You're like, and where is it?
And where do we go from here?
Is it like trailing behind your wife?
But that's the same thing as like, Heidi's really good. Heidi nails things, like tells me stuff. And then sometimes they're like, okay, come on, we got to bring you back in. You're getting kind of, you're far. Like Saturday, I woke up or was it Sunday? One of those 2 days, Saturday or Sunday, I woke up and I was just like, my neck was so tight, my shoulders, I was just like so miserable. Like I couldn't stretch or anything. And Heidi walks by and she comes by. She's like, you need a massage. And I was like, you're funny, because there's a guy there. She's like, no, I meant like not from him, but you need a massage. And then she just kind of walked away. And I was just like, how the hell does she know that? Like, I was all, like, jeez. Heidi's more of the health type. She's a health reader. She can read.
Yeah. She's a health psychic.
Yeah, she's a health psychic. And she's always like, you better check your blood sugar. And then I go check it. And it's like, I'm like.
Steve said, I volunteered to become a werewolf. It's not turning into a werewolf. It's making a werewolf.
Well, I don't know. Do you need a person to make that werewolf? Or do you make physically a werewolf?
Listen, we need the recipe. I will let you guys know though that everybody who's like in a psychic fair or everybody all of those psychics there, And this is for KC Meta, and it's for most psychic fairs in general. We actually have to go through an interview process. And I also work for Mystic Valley and a fantastic place called First House.
Mhm.
You have to go through an interview.
Mhm.
You have to prove your abilities. You have to do like 2 or 3 different interviews with people to prove your psychic abilities, because that absolutely happens. So just know that if you ever go to a psychic fair, you are sitting with people who have been proven and verified to be actually psychic.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Sarah,
And I find
Sarah,
that people Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna tell Sarah says I know Heidi, I'll put you in touch. I already know the recipe. The recipe is like it's a family great. Heidi shared it with me and stuff, but it's like almost impossible to get because the ingredients you need or don't exist
Yeah.
anymore. It's
Or
like
it's like in a rare country.
yeah,
a
you
small
needed like
village,
the
and it's
grapes from the family that wrote the recipe. You need their grapes that they grew and stuff like that. And I even like researched them where to try to find the grapes, anything like that. I mean, I was really into this. I wanted to build a werewolf. I was like, hey. And yeah, she was like, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I talked to her. I talked to her this week. I'm like, we gonna build that werewolf. How do you know if the ingredients, Maddie? Did you make one?
No, Steve.
No. We've gotten the recipe. She sent us parts of the recipe,
and it doesn't include a human. It says.
Interesting.
No.
I wonder if you're making some
Brandy
sort of
says-
elemental.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. We do KC Metaphysicals with Caroline and KC.
Caroline.
She is very. Did I say Carolyn?
You said Caroline.
Oh, Carolyn and KC.
Carolyn.
She is very picky and does make sure they are the real thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
absolutely.
Sylvia and them do too. Sylvia Vets.
Yeah, I work for both. I work for KC Meta, and I also work for Carolyn. So I work with both different fairs.
Yeah. I usually every time I go to a KC Metaphysical, I always get some kind of reading done that weekend. I like treat myself to a reading. I'm like, alrighty, I'm gonna get at least one. Like one time I did Debbie, and then there was another time I went to another lady who did it. I think it was just so cool to see because there's so many different ones, and also too, I think it's really cool to see everyone's views and like what can each person pick up on. Is it the same? Is it different? Is it so it's really cool to see. But
yeah, psychic abilities are such a spectrum.
They are, yeah.
So I got a question. If you're, this is always a good question to ask when you go to these fairs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, like, you can read everybody else? Do you like ever like know someone and be like, oh, that person's bullshit? Like other psychics?
You mean other readers?
Other readers, other psychics, or people that say they are a psychic. We know who we're talking about. She starts with an M, and she's crazy.
Oh man!
Because I know she ain't on here.
Yeah.
So this is where you find that a lot of times where we kind of stay in our, when we say we kind of stay in our groups, or we kind of stay in like our network of people, is because like we don't typically, sometimes we don't branch out, because if we make a referral, right, we want to make sure that we're making that based on a person that we know is reputable, we know that has a good business, we know that is out there, doing quality, accurate readings. And sometimes even to us, even to each other, we will sit down and get readings from each other, so that way we have personal experience to go, okay, you're right on, you are what you say you are.
Yeah.
It's really just I
think I know what you want to say.
Oh yeah, this is
yeah,
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh man,
the lady that we're talking about is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she is not a psychic, correct?
It takes all kinds to make a world.
Oh my god! Just say it.
What a businesswoman! What a businesswoman!
I think she thinks she's a psychic.
There you go. That was the way you worded that was perfect. That just told you everything right there.
Well, she might be a werewolf.
I might be a
I'm gonna
werewolf.
walk around. I'm gonna go around and go like Dominus Ominous. Bless this building, my child. Dominus Ominous. Bless this building, my
I
child.
was so lost that night. All of a sudden, I was
I'm
like,
gonna get
I
a
don't know
big
where I am.
broom. I'm gonna have a big broom and just be like.
Listen, I think
One of the dollar
I
store
think this
ones,
is a
too.
fantastic idea. We need to get you a hooded robe and everything.
That's right.
Oh man.
At least I'll leave the broom there at the place.
Oh yeah.
That is fine, Ludi, but I'm kicking him out in full moons. They're talking about Steve being a werewolf.
Oh geez.
Sarah said, Natalie, you would have to feed a werewolf. Did you think about that?
Oh.
What do you feed a
Dun, dun,
werewolf? Does a
dun.
werewolf feed?
Humans.
In every scary movie, it's always humans.
Yeah,
Steve
but right.
definitely always.
Yeah.
Steve always has got a full moon going on.
Oh jeez. I don't want to see Steve.
He's a very popular human.
Oh man.
Yeah, Steve.
Always.
Spooky Dookie is very, very popular.
Yes, that's their
Yes.
team name, Spooky Dookie.
Spooky Dookie Paranormal.
Oh, jeez. They're good.
Oh, look, Bella can make me a broom.
Ooh,
She can make me
There
a
we
broom that
go.
I can splash water on the building.
there we go. All right, we gotta set this up now. Oh,
Okay. So my question is, where do you see Miranda in the next 5 years with your abilities? What do you really want to hit home? Do you want to grow into something different, doing something different? Like broadening it, doing
That's a great question, actually. So, currently I am getting a website built and looking into office space in the STL area. Um,
ooh,
The other thing I would like to do, I'd like to expand classes a little bit because I do teach classes. I teach about psychic ability. I teach about spirit guides, things like that. I'm also looking at my Reiki, getting my Reiki master thing like that as well to do some physical and spiritual healing.
yeah.
I actually would like to expand galleries. So like right now I'm doing galleries and I would just kind of like to expand that more and just expand my clientele and just keep kind of chugging along. I would love to work with the police and do cold cases and missing persons as well.
Yeah.
I have a lot on the plate. Get my kid graduated. One of the many.
Yeah. Oof. Hey, I am the kid that is in the process of graduating college. So,
Steve,
It's
you're
rough.
always getting yourself in trouble.
jeez.
Go on in college. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
no,
you.
you didn't interrupt me. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I'll have to, I might get all my friends together and I might have you come over and that I think the girls would all like that. They all like the
Brandy
stuff.
just asked that. Brandy
Would you-
said, would love to meet you and have a reading from you when into STL for a fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to come do a reading too when next time I'm at a fair and you're at a fair. I'll have to come over
Yeah.
and it'll be my splurge for the weekend.
So speaking of fairs, where can people find you?
Yeah, what's coming up next?
If people want to get a reading for you, where is Miranda going to be?
So I am at First House, which is based in Webster Groves. I would say once or twice a month, run by a fantastic person named Lexi Tomei. I am at Mystic Valley twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. So, and I'm also part of their psychic fair. They have once a month. I am doing the internal, oh gosh, I'm going to mess this up. Internal holistic psychic fair. I know I totally slaughtered
Ooh.
that. Sorry, people.
It sounds mystical.
It does. It's in Bridgeton and it's at the end of May. It's the 22nd and 23rd. Coming up, I left my links of my Instagram and my Facebook. I'm currently in the process of getting a website up. The other thing as well is that I will be doing the Haunted America conference in June.
Ooh, yay.
with Troy
in
Taylor.
Alton.
Yes.
Yep, with Troy Taylor. I will be at Nicole Grayler, who runs St. Louis Haunted Mansion. I will be at her booth doing readings, and I will be doing that in June at the Haunted America conference.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I do
And-
parties and take private clients and all that fun stuff too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah, maybe so, Brandy. Brandy says that maybe you can come to the trivia night we have and do readings.
ooh.
I don't know how
Yeah,
that
I love a
goes, though.
trivia night. I love a trivia night.
We
That's-
could raise it for whatever money.
Yeah, but I don't know how you do readings during trivia.
Yeah. Oh no,
Where-
offer
where-
maybe.
Where
We can-
is
we can
trivia?
maybe-
Trivia's at Andre's in Telegraph. On Telegraph,
Oh,
there
okay.
down in the hole at Andre's reception hall.
I am still new to St. Louis, but I
So
will.
270 Telegraph, 270 in Oakville, like 270 in Telegraph.
Oh, okay.
Right past South County.
Gotcha.
on
Okay.
255. Yes.
Hey, I've
I'm
read
from
in
St.
bars
Louis and I'm
before.
lost.
I use
Yeah,
GPS
so-
a lot.
I'm
Not
lost.
gonna
I'm like-
lie.
So do I. And I've born and raised here. I use GPS all the time. I'm actually challenged. I
Listen.
think
Yeah, I understand having the table, but I don't think people are going to step away from their trivia is what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
That's my problem. I maybe one or two, but I don't know. We have to make it worth, it's kind of like we were trying to have them come out for events. Like you guys can
Oh,
do
yeah.
readings at events
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Maybe we'll have that. That'd probably be a lot more better. Because I know we talked about June 6th at Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
So I think
You know
Taylor
what?
did
That
it
would
last
be.
time.
Yeah, Taylor did do it last time. I just
Yes. You had something
wasn't
come
in
up.
the-
I remember. I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
had something. It was something weird. But yeah, I would love to do it. I actually enjoyed it when we got to do it at Emmaus. So like
Yeah.
that was super fun
That'd
too.
be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Then we'll talk and maybe get some set up for thing. Brandy, maybe we'll have her come out and maybe do some readings and stuff if you want. And stuff to trivia. She has nothing going on July 11th.
Yeah.
Are you going
Oh.
to be at the KC Metaphysical Fair in October?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have to look. I know I will be at the STL Mystic Fair. I know that falls in November. I'm gonna look at KC Meta. I
That's
think
October 17th and 18th. That's in
maybe-
Collinsville.
Yeah, maybe not. I know I have. So I get booked for weddings. I do tarot card readings for weddings, and I believe
That's
that
so
might
cool.
be one of the
Cool.
nights that I'm doing a
wait-
wedding.
Wait a minute.
We'll have to text Tim.
We'll have to text Tim. Tim's
Is
having
Tim,
a
is
wedding.
Tim getting married?
Yes, Tim's getting
He's-
married in
he's part of our
October.
team.
He's part of our team.
Yeah.
They're having a
Hey.
Harry Potter wedding.
You know what? Listen, I'll dress
I'm
like
in that
Professor McGonagall. I'll do the whole thing. They need me to.
That is-
I have
that
a
is
big crystal ball.
cool-
So I'm officiating and I have to text them and be like, do you want me to dress up nice or like Dumbledore? Because I didn't know if that was a joke or if they were serious. They
Yeah.
were like, do you want to dress up as Dumbledore? I was like, sure. And I was like, wait, hold on. Are you serious? Do you want your officiate dressed up or do you want me to just be in like a black dress or something? I got to text them, but
That is kind of cool, though. I didn't even think about that. Tarot reading at a wedding. That's
Yeah, I've done quite
screw
a
the
few.
photo
Like,
booth. We're gonna have a tarot reading.
no
listen though,
shit.
like that's to be a reader and do it though. You gotta do it. Gotta do it
Gotta
quick.
touch all bases.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean that's a good thing. I didn't think I ever think about that.
Yeah. No.
and everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would
Weddings.
like to add?
No, just thank you for having me. It was a fantastic time. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. We'll have you back on. Maybe we'll have you when we do our true crime. Since
Yeah.
you're a true crime junkie.
Listen,
Yep.
I
it
have a
was so
whole
good
shirt that says
talking-
True Crime Junkie.
Oh, I love that.
See, we should have had her on when we did the Idaho 4.
Oh, she probably has her own theories.
Yeah. He did it
Mm.
by himself.
Hmm. We're not getting into this again. Oh, it was so good talking to you again,
Yes,
Miranda.
thank
I
you.
missed it.
Yes,
I
thank
missed
you.
Talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you
Oh.
for letting everyone know who you are. And everyone, please go follow her. If you see her at a fair, if you're around here in the area or anywhere else, and you see her at a fair,
Oh, you
Go
do
see
do
her.
Zoom calls, correct?
Yes, I do Zoom calls. I in-person readings, Zoom calls. I typically travel within an hour to do readings, room readings as well, parties, all the things. I'm pretty flexible.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that
Yeah, yeah,
everybody
no,
knew
go
that
ahead.
they can get in touch with you and you could do a
Yes.
Zoom call and reading and stuff like that
Yes.
too.
Oh,
all of
absolutely.
Your Facebook and your Instagram both are in the link of the description of the YouTube video,
Yes.
which we are on right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and book yours, book it. And they can probably just message you on Facebook, or you have probably a way to book on there as well, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Maybe we should just have a Haunted Souls tarot card reading
and just have our whole team
group and just have everybody come
and
out.
invite Miranda. Yep.
Invite Miranda.
Heck
Have a couple
yeah.
different readers and
I
just
love that.
everybody
We
come
need to
out
do
and
that.
just hang out and
There we
get
go.
the
You can just
cards
read for the masses.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for coming
Yes.
on.
Yeah, thank you so much. I
will contact
appreciate you
We'll be in
guys.
talk. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll
Oh,
talk
yeah.
and get some stuff together.
All right.
Thank
Bye,
you guys.
Miranda.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
That was cool.
I
I had
missed.
no shit. Now I'm gonna don't touch me. No, I'm just joking.
Like no, I met Miranda with doing limp tours, and she had came in and she was just like this such good energy, and like me, her, and Nicole would just sit there and talk and talk and talk and talk because it was just like it was perfect. She was such a nice, she's a nice woman, everything. And then you met her with coming along, and
I met her.
At
I met her
Silhouette.
before you did. I met her at the skating rink.
oh, did you? Oh,
I met her when we
Really?
we did the crazy lady, not the crazy lady, but we did that Witches on Wheels that you could like
the crazy experiences that you had?
that we came out with a contact high. You can roller skate. You could have got your cards read, roller skate, smoke weed, bought weed, smoke weed while you're roller skating, get a massage, and get a tattoo all in one place.
Dang, all the best. Like Anna Montana said, it best of both worlds.
That was a lot of worlds. And that's where I
Oh.
met Miranda at, was she was in the corner over there when we were vending.
Why they always put her in the corner?
I don't know. I don't know if she was reading then or not. You can shake your head yes or no. She's still backstage. I
Oh,
can
she-
see her.
yeah.
Were you reading at the Wheels on
Witches
the Witches on Wheels? Just shake your head yes or no. Yes. Okay. She was reading. Okay. We can see you backstage. That's why everybody didn't know, but we can see her. She's still on there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and then when we did the thing at St. Louis Haunted Mansion is when you met her again, right? Or was it when you came when you came to the tour, was she there? Or
no,
was
that was the older lady was still
Okay.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I want to get a reading done. I want to get two different ones, I think. I want to get just me reading, and then I think I want to bring like an object or something, because I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen somebody like read an object, so I'm very curious. But yeah, she's in the St. Louis area. So if you're around here, definitely get your thing.
Kate and I will come.
Ooh. Yeah, no, if you're in the St. Louis area and you want it, I would definitely do it in person because she's around here. So
Natalie says, "Hey Steve, here from Spooky Dookie. Think someone blocked my chat. Dan was asking if we had an adult birthday party for readings.
Who blocked you?
You got blocked, Steve? No, you are right there.
Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, you're here, bro. See, look,
What
testing
happened?
1 2 3 3.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is happening because
Dude, we could do a birthday party as long as we had enough people.
yeah.
We just got to make sure people are going to do it, because it's not, you can't come out and be like one reading, because you have to pay her. It's part of her thing. So you can't just have like one person wanting to do. But yeah, I would think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Steve's got a birthday coming up.
No, Steve's already had passed his birthday.
No, he didn't. He's got a birthday coming up.
No.
Okay.
We literally had a birthday.
Yeah, that's right. 4 5 6.
Yeah. 7 8 9. Oh, they're counting.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the 1 2 3. Yeah, he already had one. It's already been passed because
That's
this is
right,
in
that's right.
January.
I forgot.
But yeah. Oh, I want to get. I think I know what object I would want to bring.
Your dog's ashes.
No, she doesn't do animals. You
I
silly
know. I was just
goosey.
kidding.
Silly
Give me no shit.
goosey.
All right, everybody.
All
It's
right.
that time.
It is that time where we
Ooh,
do
Papa
our-
Drew's party's coming up. That's what I knew there was. I knew a Drew's birthday was coming up.
I
That's
think we
why I
should
knew.
do that. I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun. You have to see if Papa Drew's want to do it. Where are we having
Yeah.
a birthday party at?
Okay, I have this video to show you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
She's been talking
so
about this video all day.
Okay, so I saw this video on TikTok. Now, I normally do not see scary videos. But for some reason, this popped up and it freaked me out. So
Freaked her out.
you won't be able to hear us because it's just going to play. But I will move us to the side. That way you can see our faces. And our reaction to this. Let me play it. Where'd it go?
Love the little witches
Hello.
smoky thing going on
I know,
there.
right?
It's kind of cool.
Where'd it go? Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
So anyway, I spent the weekend with Bella and Brandy
Yes.
this weekend. Yes, it was really good.
Oh,
They have a nice, beautiful house.
I'll move us. Oh, hold on. There we go. I'll move right there while I get this going. They have a beautiful house?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Bella and Brandy sat me down to I watched my first episode of Ghost Brothers. Why does that sound weird?
Because I'm on here.
Phone.
Yeah, so I can upload this
I was
real
like,
quick. You're like,
I heard it echoing.
Yeah. Sorry.
It was pretty good.
I missed it. I missed a perfect weekend to hang out with Brandy and Bella and
yeah,
I'm so upset.
Brandy had her whole kitchen, like we walked in and it looked like a hotel breakfast thing, man. She had donuts and
Dang.
strawberries.
She knew who was coming.
Chocolate croissants.
She knew who was coming to her house.
Muffins and bananas and cereal. And
she knows us.
then we had a lovely charcuterie board that night.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Man, I really did miss a good weekend.
Yeah, you did.
I know.
Got to hang out with the cat.
The cat.
Yeah, she's got a cat. And it's funny too, because like in the middle of the night, Brandy's like, my house is haunted. It's not been active in a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So we're laying in bed, and all of a sudden we hear this.
Are you serious?
And it's the cat banging its head on the door, trying to get in. It would go to room, thinking that the door would just open. It was like,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was the cat trying to get in the bedrooms.
Oh man, oh man.
वो तिन्ने वो तेरी वो तीनों खड़े वो देखा वो असद भाई आप हम तीनों उधर खड़े हैं लेफ्ट वो तेरी होए होए ओए होए होए ओए ओए ओ देखा हाँ हाँ सेम यही अक्स आ रहा है
Replay that one more time.
Okay, so I have to get back on here because that way they can hear us. So in the video, pay attention to the guys that are in the video. When they look this way, they said, did you see there's three of them? Because there's three guys. There's the two guys that you see on camera, and then there's the video camera guy. And they all of a sudden they go like this with their GoPro, and they're like, oh, did you see that? And when they look back at the footage, what they're seeing is what we just saw at the end, and it's them. It's literally three doppelgangers in the back of that building. I'll play it again.
वो तिन्ने वो तेरी वो तीनों खड़े वो देखा वो असद भाई आप हम तीनों उधर खड़े हैं लेफ्ट वो तेरी होए होए ओए होए होए ओए ओए ओ देखा हाँ हाँ सेम यही अक्स आ रहा है
Nope, I'm out.
So at first I was like, okay, they could have easily whatever. So the video that you see, when they play at the end, is the GoPro footage that they show when the guy's going like this. But I just pointed this out to Dad. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but you can't see their eyes. If they have the R what is it?
IR light.
IR light.
They should glow.
They should glow. If you're looking at the camera,
Pass out.
the eyes should be glowing, and they're not. Freaky as heck. And it was in the middle of the night when I saw that. I nearly pissed my pants. I'm not. Sarah said true crime birthday party theme. Ooh.
Yeah. Come as your favorite true crime dead person.
Ooh, you know what I want to know? I want to know if Miranda, because you know how she said she sometimes couldn't see pictures. I want her to see that picture of that car of those boys that just went in the middle of the night.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Because we've already done that
Ask her about
case.
that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Because I can't remember that dude's name, but we're like, where is he?
Righty. Well, it's come that time that we go over what we got coming up, and it is May 16th, Arcadia Academy. Our second one. We have tickets sold. Come on, everybody. Come out and get the ticket.
If you're
It's
wanting to
going
go,
to be a great night.
got to get it now.
Got to get it now. They are $75.
Yes.
Very cheap. Also, Missouri State Penitentiary. Push them. Shut her out. Tell everybody to come.
Yes.
We will probably have psychics there to have card readings.
Yes.
Maybe Miranda and her friends.
Yes.
We're going to come out and do it. Have card readings. Let everybody know.
Yes.
This is the last week for
the raffle. Yes. It closes after this.
It closes up. We will give off that last set of tickets next week on Tuesday night.
After that, it might still be up on there because I extended it very far because I was like, I'm not messing it up again. So,
yeah, but it won't.
It'll be closed.
It'll be off by. It will be off by next week. So
we're gonna announce next week's podcast.
Yes.
What's next week? Oh, we have a case next.
We do have a case.
What was that?
I don't know what it was.
I'm not on Echo or anything. Jesus Christ. Things are happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I think next week we're gonna have a case. I will announce what it is, or if we're gonna do two, or what. We'll figure it out. I don't think we're gonna do unsolved since we've been doing unsolved. Maybe we'll do like a missing person. I don't know. We'll see. I have a list over here that you guys have suggested over the last couple months. You guys have suggested these. Our team has suggested them. I've seen them in the comments. So I'm gonna pick one. We'll eventually get to all of them. So maybe yours is gonna be picked. But yeah, make sure you go ahead, follow us. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Also, all Miranda's links are in the description. Go follow her, go like her. Even if you're not getting a reading, still follow her. She's amazing. All of her updates of where she's going to be at, what she does, everything is up on there on her Facebook and Instagram. We will thank you everybody for joining. Love you all. You heard it here, folks.
Stay weird. See you next Tuesday.
See you guys. Bye.